What is up, YouTube? My name is Mr. Giro and I'm back with a brand new video. And my, oh my, what a Premier League weekend we just had. I mean, Liverpool absolutely just scoring bangers against Fulham. Man City whining about the decision not going the way for the first time in their history. Well, several decisions have been going in their favor. Chelsea holding out an absolute carnage of a game, 3-2 against Brighton. I mean, Bournemouth holding back Aston Villa, and frankly, the most boring game, I mean, respectfully so, like comparatively so, I mean, West Ham against Crystal Palace, 1-1. But my, oh my, what an absolute feast we just had. And you compare the Premier League to the La Liga. I mean, La Liga played out 3-0 games, and I don't remember the last time a team held a clean sheet in the Premier League. I mean, that's how much football we are digesting. That's how much quality and entertainment we are digesting. Yes, the clear VAR call. Yes, there were some mistakes, refereeing mistakes. But wow, there's one thing we can say: we aren't bored. But of course, me being a Chelsea fan, I have to analyze that 3-2. I mean, frankly, I was stunned that we won that game, but then I didn't consider how weak Brighton were. I mean, that Andrira or whatever that guy's name, the one with the blonde stripe in his hair. I mean, what a disgraceful player he is. What a terrible winger he is. And I'm shocked Zerbi kept him on, because whenever he had the ball, I was never threatened. I mean, the fact that we played with, center backs as fullbacks and still he didn't do much against that inexperience was just shocking. And of course, that 41, I forgot what was what his name was. Maybe I can check quickly here, because wow, man, what a goal he scored against Robert Sanchez. But again, we saw a similar goal, that cut and shoot. I mean, Gordon did that against Newcastle. But it seems, I don't know, but of course, Liverpool isn't an on-wide wing back, but still the same thing happened against the Newcastle. We have a problem of just dealing with what wingers want to do. Wingers always want to tap it to their favorite foot and just bend it in, but somehow we just didn't do it 2 games in a row. But what a result it is. Enzo Fernandez scoring a brace and from the penalty spot. And wow, man, Mykhailo Mudryk, the resurrection of Mykhailo Mudryk. I do think he was fortunate that James Miller was just, his legs were gone, because I don't think he would have scored that, how far he kicked it. But wow, man, how confident he has to be. And I said this when we lost against Newcastle. Mauricio Pochettino is our most valuable asset. I mean, when you deal with such a young team, such a bunch of talented young folk, and the most valuable person will be the manager. How can he improve them and frankly make them better? Because this is potential FC. Chelsea are potential FC, but how can you bring out that potential? And that's between Mauricio Pochettino and his coaching staff to figure out. So Mauricio Pochettino is a massive asset, and I think we saw that with his changes of Ian Maatsen to basically pocket Matoma. I mean, Matoma is still a talent, but you can see he wasn't as sharp as he was. But bring on Ian Maatsen to deal with that, because he was a danger. I mean, Disasi was on toast several times there. I mean, wow, man, and the goals they scored. I mean, Robert Sanchez again, man. He isn't a great goalkeeper, but he's very good, isn't he? I mean, I think I have to do a mini player ratings here. And the only person I can say he played badly was Conor Gallagher, and that's because of the red card. And I feel like that armband, you need an experienced person like a Thiago Silva to wear it. Because I feel like when a young player puts on the mantle of being the captain of Chelsea Football Club, I truly believe there's some pressure that they have to do something exceptional. They have to do something extraordinary to carry this team, when frankly the bare minimum is okay. Just look at Thiago Silva, that last minute, Andrindra again, whatever his name is, cutting it back and absolutely intercepting it. But of course, I wouldn't be surprised if people didn't watch this game and were watching an absolute blockbuster of a game that was Liverpool versus Fulham. Fulham, I think 2 of their goals were, personally, all 3 of the goals were fortunate. I think when Alisson is in goal, I think they get a clean sheet. But wow, Kelleher, Liverpool need a decent backup goalkeeper, because Kelleher, Karius, I don't know who else has been in a position. They just don't man, they don't even see Allison. I mean, Allison's over the horizon in terms of quality. I mean, it's absolutely insane how bad these backup goalkeepers are. But wow, man, those Liverpool goals, man. What Trent Alexander-Arnold with the brace. I was saying back, I mean, a while ago that he's washed. But again, attacking wise, wow, what a player. I mean, what a player. I've been saying this with my friends here when we're watching the Liverpool and the Chelsea game and switching between channels. I'm saying Trent Alexander-Arnold should be a winger. He is a winger. You need him in a position where you don't depend on the defensive side of his game. I mean, because he's almost non-existent or very below par from what you expect from a Premier League, a Liverpool fullback. Because Andy Robertson, he's great going forward and back, but he isn't exceptional at either. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's exceptional at going forward, but going back, he's an absolute mistake waiting to happen. I don't know what I can compare him with, but in the front, he's a mullet. All professional going forward, but at the back is just having fun and having vibes. And for those very same reasons, I can't understand why people say put him in the midfield. Because he doesn't have the defensive awareness that basically every top tier midfielder has. Just look at, Liverpool. Just look at Man City. Just look at, Newcastle. To some depth, Arsenal, Spurs, and Chelsea. Everyone in the midfield needs some defensive awareness. And you can't just have an attacking midfielder or just a midfielder that's just saying, okay, going forward, I got you guys. But going back, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to just track back and hope I'm in the right position at the right time. So this chat of Trent Alexander-Arnold being a midfielder just doesn't make sense to me. Because every player in nowadays, maybe not a striker anymore, needs to defend now. Because teams are so good at pressing, they're so good at attacking as a team, defending as a team, again, defending as a team. And you need to develop Trent's defensive game because he's such an exceptional player, isn't he, attacking wise? Such an exceptional player. And moving on to the Man City result, bravo to Spurs. Bravo to Spurs. I know Man City hit the post a couple of times, but the result is this. It's 3-3. They're whining at the end of the game, and I saw it again. It was a mistake from the referee when he gave the foul and didn't give the advantage. But wow, man, Spurs need to be clapped up again. They did it again against Man City. Spurs have some sort of oomph when it comes to Man City, don't they? I think last season they didn't lose against Man City, did they? Which is absolutely shocking, bruh. Spurs are Man City's kryptonite. It needs to be studied, forensically analyzed, and replicate, because we don't want Man City to win a league or win anything ever again, do we? I want them relegated, but that's only because they're too good. Because if you think of, let's say Everton already got a charge. If they had 115 charges, I really doubt people will be pushing as hard for them to get relegated as they are pushing for City to be relegated, because City are just that good and City are frankly annoying. And the petulance and frankly I was disgusted how they're pressing the referee. At full time with Erling Haaland, Goldilocks there, letting his hair down, shouting at the referee. I'm like, mate, you missed two sitters for your quality. You're in the box, it's a tap in, and you miss both. So please shut up. You should have won the game normally, but then you need a dodgy decision to go your way. I'm sorry, but that happened against Manchester United. That happened against Chelsea. That happened against Fulham, and that happened countless other times. That you can list and list and list, and I'm sure you guys can do the same. Man City, when something doesn't go the way, for once, they absolutely blow a gasket, and that's absolutely embarrassing. And I go on Twitter and again, I don't know why they're on my feed, but these Man City folk on here saying this is a disgrace, this is a disgrace. I'm like, I'm sorry, where were you when this was happening to Liverpool? Where were you were benefiting it when it happened to Manchester United and Chelsea? Because apparently Cucurella and Højlund are the strongest people in the world. They just dragged down Erling Haaland and Rodri. This is absolutely embarrassing from your point of view. And if I was a Man City man, I'm a Man City fan, which I think I will immediately double the fan count if I was one of them. But wow, if if I was a Man City fan, I would have said, guys, we had our chances. I think we hit the post like 4 times and missed sitters like 3 or 2 sitters. I'm like, we had the opportunities for you to need a decision to go your way. I know it was last minute, but that's just simply inexcusable. Yes, you can be outraged, but I'm really hoping to see what they say today when the dust has settled and where they lie, because these Man City people are frankly plastic, they're fake, and the petulant children, and that's what it is. They're children. I think the age demographic of Man City fans are 8-year-olds, and I'm roasted them because I'm just infuriated by this entire situation. But geez Louise, grow up. This happens. No need to be whining to such an extent when you have the opportunities to win the game yourself. I mean, that's all I have to say about this. And frankly, I mean, let's go on to Bournemouth. I mean, Bournemouth, what a result for Bournemouth. That was against Aston Villa, wasn't it? 2-2. Yes, there was a VAR call that disallowed a Aston Villa goal. But wow. And what a rich vein of form Ollie Watkins is in. I mean, if you're thinking of buying Ollie Watkins, I say no, because I think they're playing Man City and Liverpool next. So I doubt Ollie Watkins will do much in those games. But what a rich vein of form he was in, wasn't he? Because I think it will come to an end, because people seeing it now, he's getting points and they will buy him. But I think it's a bit too late for that, in my opinion. And the boring game of the season, I mean, 1-1 West Ham and Crystal Palace, I don't even know who scored. I think Kudu scored. And oh yeah, I think I don't know what his name, but yeah, it was a terrible shot that a terrible shot that West Ham conceded, wasn't it? Absolutely terrible. But what a Premier League weekend we had, and midweek I'm looking forward to Chelsea absolutely dismantling Manchester United. There will be a preview about that coming on. I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to do the Goldbridge stat and the preview, because we're playing on Wednesday. I mean, but what? I mean, we are eating properly, aren't we? And all that's left for me to say is wish all of you a very good day. Bye-bye.